What is going on, everybody? We are here today. Hold on. Before we get into this, I need some music. Some music.
Gaming. It's free with your Prime membership and it offers.
Let's do this. All right, we're here. We are here. All right. We're here today. Another waiver wire. Got our boy Necrozma. The fact that this hasn't been drafted by anyone is probably the craziest thing to me. Out of all the Pokemon we've covered so far, this one is probably the craziest. Went undrafted both seasons of the Big Juice, and I think it's just nuts that this thing has been drafted, so we're gonna get into it. Again, reasons why it hasn't been drafted: one, we have a lot of new people, so they don't really know some of the newer gen Pokemon, like Pokemon from like Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield. And then obviously when Scarlet and Violet comes out, it's gonna be even harder to remember some of the. Now these are gonna be considered the older guys, but yeah. Necrozma, broken Pokemon. You see his base stats. Worst stat is speed, which is pretty good when your ability is Prism Armor. It takes a quarter less damage from super effective attacks, which is really good. Makes this thing an absolute fucking tank with its already insane defenses. So yeah, let's get into it. His first set is like the standard utility set. Rocks, Moonlight, Knockoff, T-Wave. Gets you speed control, gives you the chip with Rocks, Knockoff, getting rid of the items, and Moonlight, Stain with the leftovers. You're never going to go down in one hit with Necrozma. Worst hit you're probably going to take is a Knockoff, then after that, it's not going to do anything to you. So, yeah, Necrozma, pretty standard set, but a good one for a reason. This one is the Demon set. You do a Totemize or Rock Polish. Photon Geyser is the most broken move ever. Basically, if your attack is higher than your special attack, then it just turns into a physical move. And it ignores abilities. So, Mimikyu's Disguise, goodbye. Sturdy, goodbye if you get one shot. And then I think those are it that can get in the way of it, but still, just ignoring ability. Multi-scale on like Dragonite, goodbye. It's just such a good move, and if they proc your weakness policy the same turn you're getting your Autotomize up, it's kind of over. If you don't want to run Photon Geyser, you can do Stored Power, but Photon Geyser is a broken move, so you never have a reason to not use it. Earth Power to get through the steel types and all that shit that will resist your psychic, and Flash Cannon for the fairies. Yeah, this set is very good because again, you're never dying in one hit, so you're basically guaranteed setup unless something's like +2 and they hit you with like a dark type move. But yeah, very good. This is another just like standard set. This one's more like bulky and like stally, but it's good. Calm Mind, Photon Geyser, Moonlight, Heat Wave. Heat Wave to get through those steel types and just hit fairies, stuff like that, dark types. Then Photon Geyser, because again, as we just went over, it's a broken move. Again, get some Calm Minds up, and after you get like 1 or 2 up, kind of unkillable. You just do max defense, that way when you get a Calm Mind booster too, your defense, your SPDF, and your special attack is up there, so you don't have to worry about it. Next set, another good one. Power Meteor Beam. Yes, this thing gets Meteor Beam. If you get +1 with this thing, sheesh. Pretty standard set. Again, moves we've seen on the other sets, but just adding the Power Meteor Beam, just really no switching to this thing, especially at the +1. So yeah, a good set. Another weakness policy set, except this one is Dragon Dance. Yes, this thing gets Dragon Dance. Do Earthquake Ironhead. I had Psychic Fangs here, but really, what we should be having here is Photon fucking Geyser. Yeah. Another just absolutely broken set. This one, I put a little bit of speed investment, whatever you need for your set, and you should put it there. A little bit of bulk, and max attack. You got a Dragon Dance one. You get like 1 or 2 Dragon Dances off, and it's gonna be a scary game for your opponent, especially if they proc that weakness policy. Not a switch in. This is another one. I did a weakness policy with Trick Room because all you motherfuckers are running Trick Room now, so why not? Quiet Nature 0 IVs. You're basically guaranteed to get Trick Room unless they taunt you, and then if they proc your weakness policy, you just go in with these 3 moves. Yeah. Then this is the last set I have. Cosmic Power. This thing also gets fucking Cosmic Power. You just invest into its HP and special attack with a Modest, and then once you get 1 or 2 Cosmic Powers off, kind of wraps for your opponent. Because again, stored power. If you don't want to run stored power, you can do Photon Geyser. Flash Cannon, just so you can hit dark types, and I guess you can put Heat Wave here. Heat Wave would be better. But yeah, you get 1 or 2 Cosmic Powers off. You have leftovers plus Moonlight Recovery. The thing that stops the tanky Necrozmas is like toxicking it, but even then, you just got to be careful with the toxic. But again, even then, if you don't want leftovers, you can do a Lumberry. You can do a Lumberry if you want. So yeah, Necrozma is extremely overpowered. It's such a good Pokemon. I really don't understand how no one drafted it. Again, I know some people are a bit newer, but still, just look at these moves. Like, name one bad move that does it get Body Press? Okay, it doesn't get Body Press. If we got Body Press, that'd be the icing on the cake. But let's look at these moves. It gets Outrage, gets Screens, it gets Rest, gets Stone Edge, it can Sub Up, gets Future Sight if you care about that. Gravity is always a good move to have. Magnet Rise if you want to immune ground for whatever goddamn reason. Prismatic Laser if you want to one-shot something, and get Smart Strike, which is Cortana's move, and even get Solar Beam. Like, this thing gets so many moves. It's so good. Base stats are crazy ability. You can really slap on any item on this thing, and this thing's just going to perform. So yeah. That is Necrozma. I might be doing more waiver wires because, as you guys know, we are entering the second to last week this weekend, and then after this it's the last week, and then 4 teams are gone. And I really want to grind out as many of these as possible to introduce to you guys as many different Pokemon as possible, because number one, all the Pokemon we've gone over so far, in my opinion, I think they're like kind of guaranteed draft picks. Rotom, maybe not, but Clefable, Sceptile, and now Necrozma, I think it's again, we only have 10 teams, so it's a little bit lower compared to some other leagues, but next season when we expand out to 12 or 16, however many we get, definitely don't expect these Pokemon to be around. They are going to be looked at, and they're going to be high draft priority for some teams. Again, maybe not as high priority because we have all the new Pokemon coming up, but the Pokemon that I'm going to cover are Pokemon that I think every team should at least consider. Again, I might start doing more of these because I want to introduce as many Pokemon as I can to you guys. That way, if you don't know a Pokemon exists or you forget how good or what sets to run on a Pokemon, I can introduce that to you guys. So, again, Necrozma, the GOAT. Again, if you guys ever want to see a specific Pokemon, just request it down in the comments. But yeah, hopefully we can grind some more of these out. Not spam them. I don't want to like put out like fucking 8 a day, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys later.